Captain Marvel votes, Patricia Arquette votes, Jennifer Lawrence votes, Ava DuVernay votes. Harley Quinn actually can't vote because she's a felon who's been declared legally insane. But I'm sure Themyscirian Ambassador Wonder Woman would tell you to vote, and maybe not even nicely. That's because she'd be upset that you are squandering your hard-won right when there are still rights to be won. That's right, just 100 years ago, women couldn't vote. We didn't get the vote in the U.S. until 1920, and as a matter of fact, women were the last demographic to get the right to vote in this country. And if you won't even exercise a right that's been conceded to you, why should anyone give you any new rights? And just look at what's still in play in Hollywood itself. We're in the middle of a comic book movie renaissance, yet since it kicked off with Iron Man and The Dark Knight in 2008, there hasn't been a single comic book movie with a female lead, despite there being tons of them in the actual comics. Not to mention, one is already a wildly popular Avenger, yet she can't even get her own toys and t-shirts, much less a movie. Now there's hope on the horizon with a Wonder Woman movie set for 2017 and a Captain Marvel movie set for 2018. Oh no, wait, it got pushed back to 2019. But it's now set to open on International Women's Day? Anyway, Wasp will get to the silver screen first in 2018, but she'll have to share her movie with Ant-Man, although, to be fair, that one's really the other way around. But the lack of starring roles for women in blockbusters is kind of weird, considering how much box office muscle women are flexing these days. Take two recent female-driven mega hits, The Hunger Games and Frozen. The Hunger Games has helped make Jennifer Lawrence the highest-paid actress in Hollywood, with $52 million earned last year, about $30 million less than the top-paid actor Robert Downey Jr. And Lawrence was plenty shocked when she discovered the discrepancy didn't end there. While Patricia Arquette bravely used her Oscar speech to call attention to the unfair salary situation in Hollywood, Lawrence took the torch from her and lit a bonfire with her recent article in Lenny magazine. Now, Lawrence acknowledged it was no one's fault but her own for not being more aggressive in negotiations. But even though aggressive women are often looked at far more negatively than aggressive men, Lawrence said the Sony hack made her realize that she shouldn't care about being seen as nice, because what does nice get you? Less money and less back-end points than your male co-stars in American Hustle, including Jeremy Renner, who had a smaller role and the same Oscar nomination Lawrence had under her belt at the time. And pay inequalities happen behind the camera as well, if you can get a job. Colin Trevorrow's tweet that women don't direct blockbusters like his Jurassic World because they're not interested in blockbusters got a heck of a lot of attention, and I'm not just talking about Funny or Die. The ACLU is so enraged by the lack of films in Hollywood directed by women that they've actually gotten the U.S. government to begin an investigation to see if there's legitimate gender discrimination afoot. I repeat, the U.S. government has had to get involved in who directs movies, and they've already begun to interview female directors. Now with Frozen, that was written and co-directed by a woman, Jennifer Lee, and there are some working women directors today, like Catherine Bigelow, Ava DuVernay, and Patty Jenkins, who will direct that Wonder Woman movie, her first film gig in 6 years. Yay? Yet the reality is that although women make up half the population and half of moviegoers, only 7% directed major films in 2014 and 16% any major television. Another film directed by a woman is Suffragette, just hitting theaters, and not only does Sarah Gavron direct, but Abby Morgan wrote it while Alison Owen and Faye Ward produced. Yet it's still an uphill battle, and as Suffragette star Meryl Streep pointed out, women aren't even fairly represented when it comes to film criticism, with women only making up about 20% of the critics on Rotten Tomatoes. So please, exercise the rights that you do have and vote. And remember, you can also vote with movie tickets. I'm Grace Randolph, and this has been a Movie Bite. You can watch more right now.